foreclosures.
Thousands of homes. What would you do about that?
Well, there's a process. We kind of touched on it. There would be an inventory of all those homes that are vacant and their condition. First of all, the ownership of those homes would be obviously brought into the mix, and there would be an accelerated process with more inspectors to inventory the condition of those homes, whether they're in blighted condition, that needs to be addressed, and the landlords would be required to do something about their condition, fixing them up, and if they don't, then they would go through a process of citation or fines, but then ultimately those homes would be condemned and taken over by the city of Allentown.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. He's the only
And
one that can carry his stories
the
next
city of
step.
Allentown would take care of it, would turn those homes into, would find opportunities to turn those homes into something better, you know. And could be new ownership, it could be,
way off the track and he straightened her out.
it could be
So
affordable housing, it could
he's going
be,
to be a new generation leader.
you know, a number of different, you know, kinds of things that we could do. But it would certainly be better than what's there now. So it would dramatically improve the situation.
Thank you.
That's like an identical question to the lady over there. She asked the same question for the homeless people. I copy that. Same thing we talked about, and I can repeat myself. I know we need to identify why those people are homeless. I know you told me before you were on the bus stop and you talked to those people and asked you why are they homeless, and some of them they say they don't have jobs. They're trying to get a job, and some of them have been thrown out of their houses with their parents or with their relatives, and they don't have anywhere to stay. So talking about those blighted buildings and all that, like Hammond is saying, Ingram is saying, we need to identify those properties, make sure we reach out to those landlords who have those buildings, and see what they're doing about it. If they're not doing anything about it, then the city has to take them back. And then we can improve the conditions of those houses and probably, set up a funding or, rehab or something, then we can place those homeless people in there. Because I believe there's one homeless place which was on, I don't know if I'm right, on 4th and Hamilton, that just closed. It's called the one on Hamilton, I think, the rescue mission. I don't know if it's still effective.
Thank you.
I was trying to find out whether it's still, But, that's one of the things they're taking homeless, but they only get you there for 2 weeks or 1 week. And then after that, you have to find your own way and then do something like that. So we can use those homes for something like that as well.
Well, I'm not mistaken, at a certain part of the year, like during the summertime, they put them out.
Right. They put him out. Yeah, they don't stay there long. It's not a permanent residence.
Yes. My other question and point is, like, one of the other people I was talking to was a welding engineer. Had a degree for 30 years. Did it for 30 years. When they broke ground on the PPO center, and it was nothing but a hole, he went to the foreman and asked him for a job. And they told him, hey, you have a resume? He said, sure. Yeah, look at your tablet. Go to this right here. He went onto the tablet. Foreman said, oh yeah, you're qualified. Yeah, when do you start? He says, do you belong to a union? He says, no. He says, well, what can't you hire me? He says, well, you don't belong to a union. We're only hiring people from Philadelphia, Allentown, Philadelphia, New York, and New Jersey. So what are you going to do about that?
You're saying
That money
you're saying
for our economy can stay here and give these people in Allentown jobs instead of sending them to New York, Philadelphia, and New Jersey.
Let me clarify that when Pulaski hired the people to build the arena and the other structures, he deliberately hired people from that the Philadelphia labor unions had gotten him, and the reason for that was he was getting heavy donations from the Philadelphia labor union people, who are also being investigated by the FBI, right? And there's also a rumor that the FBI is trying to get Pulaski to flip on John Doherty and the other labor union officials down in Philadelphia who gave him the money. So that's part of the problem right there.
Yeah.
Is somebody had their hands in their pockets. But I just want to throw that in, you can answer.
Thank you. That sort of answered my question. That's sort of what I thought.
It was all crooked. It was all crooked.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So I know the hour is late. Oh, you want to ask another question?
Well, when he mentioned, he was talking about the homeless thing, he could remind me of something. Seattle has a thing called Housing First, and they want to look into it, and it's something that gives not only housing, but also job opportunities to homeless. It seems to be working very well there. Doesn't mean it'll necessarily work here. It's called Housing First.
Okay, housing first.
You might want to check it out.
Yeah.
Just remind me about it. It's a new program that Seattle's been doing, and apparently it's working. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Let me. The hour is late. Did you want to comment on anything?
Or did you want to make a final statement?
Oh no, I want to ask a couple.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Very quick, rapid fire, because we've had a lot of generalities tonight. You've been very good. These are rapid fire. One of the problems we've had with Mayor Pulaski is that the deadline, the deadline for submitting a budget is November 3rd or something, which happened to be like right before election day every year, and he always delays the budget so you can't get a copy until like right before election day and nobody can vote on the budget. He deliberately does that. So, number one, I would ask a commitment from both you guys that you would at least submit the budget a couple days early. And the other thing was the budget's been so late, we have these budget squabbles and we end up not passing a budget until January, which seems like it's illegal. But would you make a commitment that you try to get that out early, at least a couple days early, so that people can have a chance to review it before an election and they have time, City Council has time to, you said you'd cooperate with the City Council, yeah, but would I have a commitment that you'd make every effort to get it out early enough that City Council people could benefit from it?
Done.
Yes, done.
Okay.
And can I add on that?
Sure.
Both people done. I talked to him too.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we have Pulaski's been there for 12 years.
Yes.
So he knows what's going on. He can do whatever he wants. He wants to, report that, budget late, 5 days late, or maybe.
Yeah. He always delays it.
I'll make sure it's done within 2 days before, or the day of what's supposed to be there, so everybody can see it. But with what he's doing, we don't know what he's doing. That's why he needs another 4 years. So we cannot let Pulaski go on another 4 years.
We have a right to know request. I haven't seen the results yet, but we're going into the budget very deeply with these schools. But now, there's also been a lot of talk about putting budgets online, putting check registers online on like a monthly basis. Put the financial information of the city online for transparency purposes, so people can actually see what money is coming in, what money is going out, and where the money is being spent, where the money is being juggled from a specific budget to a general budget, or from a general budget to a specific budget. Where I get a commitment from you that you'll make every effort to get real-time information, real information out to the people.
Transparency.
Yeah, transparency, absolutely.
Transparency, yes.
Everybody needs to know what's going on in Allentown.
Now, as far as